Oh, okay. What did you know the video was about you? Is that the deal? Huh? Ah. Okay, stop. No. Tugs. There you go. That's the puppy that knows. There you go. Tugs? Yeah. All right. In this video, I'm talking about the benefits of like having a dog on this walk with me. And the biggest one of them is I have a companion, somebody to play with. Oh, you know, you're a good boy. Okay, stop. Give me a kiss. Okay, no, chill, stop. I have a companion. He's not a year old yet, so he's still, excuse me, he's still learning all of his little commands and everything. But if you can tell, he's very mouthy still. Now, I know this to be something to be not worried about because he knows not to break skin. That doesn't mean he doesn't get a little rough, but the benefit to this is when I leave that backpack, and sorry it's unpacked, it looks messy. When I leave my backpack outside of stores or in parks and I gotta go to the bathroom or I gotta go buy something, I'm not worried about my stuff. Because Boots' immediate reaction is to get up and kind of like nip at people. And people see this as a threat. And I'm 100% okay with that because at the end of the day it is. His teeth do have the ability to rip your skin and you may bleed from it. But the only reason that'll happen is if you try petting a dog that you haven't asked to pet. And you should be teaching all of your children that you don't pet dogs that you don't know. I was. Anyways, second benefit to having a dog is like I have a heater at night and I have a protector. He sounds off when he hears stuff in the woods that he doesn't think is right. He also sounds off on people. When people get within too close of a distance to me, depending on what we're doing, if we're just sitting at the park table and I'm hanging out on my phone doing things, you know, he might bark once or twice and it's more of a bark, bark. At night, if I'm laying down and he thinks I'm going to sleep, that bark turns into a like a get up, I'm gonna take care of you. And so that it makes me feel real secure. Yeah. Now Boots, ouch. Boots has been doing this with me since he was 2 months old. I got given him as a gift by a family up in Benson, Minnesota, and his sister was unfortunately ran over by a tractor, and they were charging $250 for him. And I told him what was going on in my life. I was working up there, so I was like, well, I can pay you $250, but you gotta wait till I get my first paycheck. And I'll gladly pay for this Blue Heeler because I wanted a Blue Heeler since my last Blue Heeler died when I was a teenager. And well, put it this way, they just ended up gifting me the dog and telling me to take him on an adventure. So, as you can see, I got myself a little buddy. Yeah. Aw. He turns a year old in 2 months. Stop. No. Knock it off. He turns a year old in like 2 months. He is my little baby. The downfalls to actually having him, though, is that, like, I have a time limit on how long I feel comfortable being in a store because every minute that I leave him outside of the store is a risk that I put him at for being stolen. Now, I do convolutedly kind of wrap my leash for him and whatnot through my backpack, so like if somebody were to walk up and try to take my backpack or take the dog, one of the two, it's gonna look real funky, like they don't know what the hell they're touching and that they probably shouldn't be touching what they're touching. But I give myself usually about a 10-minute time frame, 5 to 10 minutes in a store. And if it's gonna be any longer than that, I usually try to step back out, at least take a glance at him, see how he's doing. When we do go to stores like gas stations, I try to put him up front in the window so that I can actually see if anybody's paying my dog or backpack any attention instead of off on the side of the building, because that allows people some cover to steal my stuff or steal my dog. What's the other downfall? Oh, sometimes the downfall is like him taking a dump while we're walking through like town, through people's yards. I don't pick up after him on the highways or whatever, but in town, I don't think it's kind of us to just leave his poop laying out on people's yards. So that becomes a hassle sometimes. Because he's young and he's so anxious about like doing what we're doing, there are some days that like he'll go to the bathroom like 3 times in 45 minutes, and I'm like, dang, dude, now you're gonna go find another garbage? That's always fun. But you know what? The biggest thing that I found doing this is that people are actually more concerned with my dog, with his health, with him having food, than they are me. They don't give a shit about me. 9 times out of 10, the question is, does your dog have food? Yeah, my dog has like 5 pounds of food. I got 1 or 2. I got like 1 or 2 days worth of food. He's got 7. Because every time I buy a bag of dog food, he now re-ups on like 7 days of dog food for $6, $7, $8. I don't have the ability to do that. We don't sell human food at the same prices. So I guess that's a little bit of a downfall too, is like, I gotta carry his backpack. I gotta carry his food in my backpack because I don't have a pack for the dog. But here's what it is. Anyways, leave some questions in the comments if you got any for me. This was just kind of I should post a video because it's been 3 days and I've been stagnant. So here's something for y'all to watch, comment on, say whatever, do your thing. Go live your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you you can't, because they wouldn't or couldn't. This guy's a great example. This guy right here. That dude's biking across America, has been for the last 4 years from what I can tell, with an ostomy bag on his side with his cat. Go live your dreams. Have a good day, Adventure Family.